Welcome back. It has been a minute. Thank you so much for your patience while I took a little bit of a break. I posted on Tumblr, but can't really do that on YouTube. Basically, I've just got a lot of stuff going on right now between multiple people moving, myself included, and health issues, because my sinus cavity is the absolute friggin' worst. But that's enough about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Today, we are actually working on a watchtower for Adiran. This is part of the ABC build challenge. I've wanted to build a watchtower for a while because there is like a prison lot, and I just think they're neat. Like, there's not really a justifiable reason for this. Like, it's not gonna really do anything. It's a residential lot. I might throw some like night soldier types in here if I feel like it, but mostly just think they're neat. Full on Marge Simpson. I wanted to build one. I had a lot of different inspiration photos for this, so it was really difficult for me to pick one. The one that I went with, I'm happy that I did, but this part right here, this roofing bit, didn't translate well in Sims 2. There just wasn't a way to do it without, you see how the corners have like the wall? So I had to make them really low, but they weren't meant to be low, they were meant to be higher, but I did it a couple different ways, and removing the walls looked weird, and I just ended up going with it lower, but that's the one part I'm not super thrilled with. But otherwise, pretty happy with it. This spot on the map is pretty much unbuilt in terms of lots. I haven't done too much of it. This is like on a higher part of Adiran. Not really, we've seen like the nobles area, we've seen kind of where the servanty peasant types live, and we've seen like where the gentry live, but we really haven't seen this area of the map. So obviously I wanted to develop it a bit more. Also, it was just something relaxing that I could build that I didn't need to worry too much about Sims that were going to be in it. It just needed to be functional and pretty, and sometimes that's just what you want to build. And I know pretty seems like a weird word for a watchtower, but I think it's pretty. I really like this wallpaper. I don't like to this day that Sims 2 you have to do this. I got spoiled when that's one thing from Sims 4 that I was so happy that they did, that you didn't have to tile the wallpaper. I know there's some drawbacks where it like messes with the siding and corners and stuff, but honestly I don't care. If I didn't have to do this, it would be great. So yeah, not too much going on with me otherwise besides, like I said, just health issues, which that's my life. Having a lot of fun at work, weirdly enough, for when I can work. I really enjoy computer problems and also like data in general, which is so odd for me because like growing up I hated math. I was so bad at it and I hated it. And I didn't really have much interest in science either. I liked computers, but again, like school tells you, well, if you like computers, you have to be good at math and science. So it just didn't really register with me that I would be able to do anything involving computers because, well, I didn't like math or science. And it's nothing against math or science, the way that my brain works, I was more suited to kind of creative pursuits. And yeah, I was not good at math. I remember to this day, like, struggling, especially fractions. I still can't do fractions, but there's just something about computers that I get without the mathy bit, and I don't know why. I just do. And that's my job now, and that's really awesome in a way to find just something that works, something that takes all of my silly little skills that I did for years. I played, this is probably gonna date me, and some of you are gonna go, what the heck are those? But they're basically sim horse games that were more or less entirely imaginary. You made up your little horse farm, you had the little names. It was just names on paper, but then, there was some with databases, but at the end of the day, it was just more, I enjoyed hanging out with my friends, and I liked animals, and so I played those a lot, but that's where I taught myself how to do basic HTML, I taught myself kind of CSS, and then a little teeny tiny bit of Java before I decided I hated it. But yeah, like I learned a lot from playing those types of games, like with Excel and all of that. And then obviously I was an internet kid, so I had AOL Instant Messenger. So part of my job now, since we're virtual, is you have to really be able to interact with a lot of different people and hold a lot of different conversations, and I am good at that because that's what I did. So it's just, yeah, this is just me being happy about my job. And that's okay. Like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's my passion. I don't think all jobs have to be your passion, but I do enjoy it. And I don't know, I was just thinking, I worked in retail for so long and food service, and I hated it. I was good at it as well, but like, it didn't feel like I was just naturally good at it. It felt like anybody really could be good at that type of job, which I realize is not true. Like, retail is hard. Retail and food service, every food service job I've had has been harder than the job that I have now. It's just the mindset. I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover, and I'm just like all over the place. But I am excited to slowly but surely be making my move a possibility. I cannot wait to be in the house and have an office and not have the chaos that's currently surrounding me with boxes and tape and everything's everywhere because I'm tearing it apart, and I don't enjoy that aspect of moving. But I do enjoy the planning. Like, I'm very excited to see like the things that I want to put certain places, how they're gonna look, just like in The Sims. Like, when you have an idea for a building, how it ends up turning out. It's always interesting. Side note, yes, there is that long skinny room that is absolutely serves no purpose. I wanted the stairs to be a certain way, and that was the sacrifice that I made. But I think it works out. Yeah, I just put some rooms, basically. Like, I just didn't really know what to do with the interior. Like, I knew it was kind of a residential space, but I'm also like, am I gonna put here, like, anybody here, or is it just decorative? No one knows. So I actually recorded this last week. I just haven't had time to do the voiceover. That's just how I did. I've been busy. And you don't think it's that busy. Like, I technically have 6 weeks until, like, the majority of my stuff is supposed to be moved at that point. Seems like a long time, but really I only have my days off. So that's 3 days a week. And I'm working 10-hour days the other part of the week. And then I've also got, like, events to go to. Like, I'm going to a wedding. I've got, like, other stuff happening too. So it's just, like, that's a little stressful. That's what's stressing me out, I think. And then being sick. Which, yeah, can't really control that aspect. But the good news is I am going to see a doctor and possibly get, like, sinus surgery. They didn't really have too much of that when I last looked into it. It just was, like, basically put a balloon up your nose kind of thing, but it does look like they've made some advances, which would be nice, because I get sinus infections constantly, like 2 or 3 times a month, and at least 5 times a year where I need antibiotics, so it sucks. Yeah, and we're almost done here, so thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, definitely give the video a like, because that's not awkward, and I will see you in the next one.